Okay, so we're moving right on into game 2. Quick and easy. The Zerg player knew exactly what map he wanted. He told me very quickly. He's like, Daybreak. So I think he has something special planned for this Protoss. Probably saw the Nexus first play. Maybe he's going to be countering that because he knows this Protoss does very greedy openers now.
Yep. Oh, there's one drone.
So it can't be a 6 pool. 7 pool is always an option though.
It is? Nope.
Nope.
We're just gonna... I could do something to do in the early game, right? We
Yep.
can stare intently at his larva and see if
We
we select
just
them.
stare at the entire minigame and go, it could be a 7 pool. Nope. It could be a 10 pool. Nope.
Oh, JakeBake. He's just gonna play a game.
Yep.
We wanted to see some action, but no.
No, we wanted to see that 3-minute game end.
No.
So, Overlord's doing their Overlord things. Moving out across the map.
Well,
And yeah,
nothing out of the ordinary.
You know, on this map I have seen before, like, a player like Grubby likes to do this a lot, where he'll build the pylon in his main, with the forge in his main. You know, it's obviously less of a wall in the early game, but usually versus most Zerg players, if they do early aggression, you can react to it fast enough to, all of a sudden, you know, you have your forge and your pylon in your main, you can just make the cannon and you won't even lose that pylon and forge. So, and by the time you have them scouted, you know it's okay to go out and usually build that 16 pylon and then 17 nexus. So, just an interesting thing that I've seen Protosses do in the past.
Yep.
Not risking that forge.
If you're scared of an all-in coming and what you normally do is a little bit susceptible to an all-in like that, you might as well make little changes, especially if you can do it without changing your actual build order and just doing things with positioning.
And as a Zerg player, if you're doing a 6 pool and you don't get that forge and pylon for free, you might as well, you know, consider GGing out of the game if you're playing against an opponent that knows what he's doing. So.
Oh, and that probe is so much more effective than the probe last time, despite the fact that it wasn't harassing drones in the main as much. It denied that natural from going down for a long time. It still hasn't been started. He has to wait for these 2 Zerglings to come out after his Overlord pops to take out that pylon.
He lets the pylon finish, saying, no, come to the 3rd and dance with me again.
It doesn't look like JakeBake's gonna take that invitation.
Nope. He has his own party planned in his natural. We have 4 Zerglings moving out. Make that 6. Queen's on the way, so he's just going to kill this pylon. And he is saving a big bank, so he probably will just take both his expos right now.
Indeed. Those 6 Zerglings is a little bit weird. 4 of them take down that pylon in pretty much the amount of time everyone's used to doing it with as Zerg. Either he was just afraid that something else might be lurking at his 4th, or maybe he felt a little bit uncomfortable only getting 4. I don't know. He does have pretty much perfect scouting of the Protoss front. He's going to start taking some damage on his Overlord, but that should escape just fine.
This Protoss taking his gas, 2 different bases. You know, any gas scout he gets is going to be thrown off. You know, he's probably already thinking, why is there only 1 gas in the main? But
yeah, that could influence the Zerg's decisions for a little while, but I mean, as it is, going for a triple hatch opening, he's probably just going to want to build as many drones as he can up until like 7 minutes or so, and then in a frenzy prepare for whatever the Protoss throws at him at that point. And by then this Overlord's going to be able to see the 2 gas at the Protoss natural, so he'll know the actual geyser count that Believe has taken.
So the Cyber Core is up. A Protoss player will need at least 100 gas to throw down a tech, but it doesn't look like. Could be doing Stargate again. He has 3 geysers, you know. 3 geysers usually is the number that you need to constantly produce Phoenix or Void Rays, and, you know, continue on with your production of probes and gateways. So, however, there are also 3 geyser DT timings that we could see, so anything is possible at this point.
He's doing that cute thing that normally you only see Protoss do with 2 geysers and put 2 workers in each one. He's doing that with all 3 of them, so that's a little bit interesting. But at the same time, if JakeBake just clicks on those assimilators, they do give up that information.
So obviously has a very sharp timing in mind. Only 2 on each geyser.
Well,
Now this
going
is...
up to 4 gates and a 5th gate.
And obviously, you know, this has to be a mind game though, because, you know, in total he only has 6 probes on gas. So he is definitely trying to throw off this Zerg, and you know, he's like, oh, I have 3 geysers, but I'm not even using that many probes to mine. So he probably is hoping that the Zerg will assume Stargate tech, or DT, you know, probably hoping for a reaction out of the Zerg just for the cost of throwing down an extra assimilator a little early.
Yep, and that's gonna do a little bit of good for obscuring the fact that he's going for another big 8 gateway attack. I don't know. I think I like it better with the Void Ray, but I like Void Rays, unless they're against me.
Yep, he's leapfrogging up those pylons, getting into position.
Ooh, this Overlord's gonna see a lot of the gateways. He already knows that there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them.
He
So
sees them all
JakeBake's gonna
morphing
go into
now.
full defense mode.
Speed is not even halfway done yet either. The Ro8 isn't done. What is this Zerg player to do? I think he's waiting on his Overlords to pop.
Yeah, I guess he has to cross his fingers. and
He's
hope
waiting
not to
on
die.
He's waiting on the Ro8. Yep, there we go.
But it's gonna be too late.
12
He's gonna take
roaches.
a lot of damage on his 3rd base here.
Yep, he's gotta wait.
Unless Believe just waits. I don't know.
So
He's just gonna sack the 3rd. He's gonna lose a few drones on his way out. I don't know if that 2nd force field was really necessary.
yeah. Now this is, I don't know, the Protoss, I mean, he's gonna get the 3rd anyways, but kind of no point in running into those force fields there.
Yeah, well, his reinforcement warpin has arrived, and the Zerg is supply blocked once again, so he's not going to be able to build any more reinforcements until his next pair of Overlords pop. But even before that, he's going to lose another Overlord, maybe 2. And that's just going to make it harder to reinforce, so this is pretty much the biggest armor we have this game.
All the roaches getting trapped. Very bad for this Zerg player. Losing his 3rd. Great force fields go down, trapping all those roaches. He is getting the good surround though. I don't know, it's not going to be enough though.
That went a little bit
additional
better than I
weapons.
expected even, and it's still not going to do it.
Pulling drones now. You know, he still has roaches producing, but he's just losing all these Overlords, keep getting rallied out and sniped by these stalkers.
Yep. In full panic mode now, not even being able to spare the 2 seconds to click his Overlords away from danger as he produces them. These roaches are going to try one last time, but there's just so many stalkers. When the stalkers outnumber the roaches, there's not a lot of hope.
Yeah, I mean, Protoss doesn't even need force fields anymore. At this point, he can just powerhouse his way through. There's nothing the Zerg can do.
So, power of
GG.